It's November 2004. An experienced diver descends into the depths of Bushman's Hole, one of the world's deepest freshwater caves. Little did he know, this dive would set in motion a chain of events leading to one of the most daring and ultimately tragic rescue attempts in diving history. This is the story of Dave Shaw, a man who pushed the limits of human endurance and technology in the unforgiving world of extreme cave diving. What drove him to such depths, and what can we learn from his final, fateful dive? The man behind the mask. Let's start with the man himself. Dave Shaw wasn't your average diver. Born in Australia in 1954, Shaw's life was a mirror of his adventurous spirit. He became a pilot at just 17. Flying crop dusters, one of the most dangerous professions in aviation. But Shaw's adventures didn't stop in the air. He bought a yacht and planned to sail solo around the world. His life took another turn when he felt a calling to join the Missionary Aviation Fellowship, flying into remote and often dangerous airfields in Papua New Guinea and Tanzania. In 1989, Shaw's aviation career led him to Hong Kong as a pilot for Cathay Pacific. It was here, a decade later at the age of 45, that Shaw discovered a new passion, scuba diving. And like everything else in his life, Shaw approached diving with an intensity that set him apart. Within months of getting his open water certification, Shaw was already pushing into technical diving territory. His logbooks tell the story of a man in a hurry. By his 23rd dive, he was already hitting depths of 33 meters, a level many divers don't reach for hundreds of dives. He was using twin tanks and a bailout bottle, equipment typically reserved for much more experienced divers. Shaw's rapid progression didn't stop there. Just 2 months after his certification, he was diving to 52 meters. By comparison, many divers don't reach these depths until they've logged hundreds of dives. In less than 3 years, he had ventured into the world of cave diving and reached depths of 100 meters. To put that in perspective, most recreational divers never go below 40 meters. This meteoric rise in the diving world was characteristic of Shaw's approach to life. All in, pushing boundaries, and always seeking the next challenge. But it also raised questions about the wisdom of advancing so quickly in such a high-risk activity. The lure of the deep. So, what drew Shaw to such extreme diving? Was it just thrill-seeking or something more? For Shaw, it seemed to be a combination of factors. There was certainly an element of challenge, pushing himself and his equipment to the limit. But there was also a genuine fascination with exploration. The deep, dark recesses of underwater caves represented one of the last frontiers on Earth, places fewer people had visited than the surface of the moon. Bushman's Hole, located in South Africa, was particularly alluring. This massive underwater cave system plunged to depths over 280 meters. To give you an idea of the scale, imagine a 90-story building completely submerged underwater. The discovery. In October 2004, Shaw made a dive to 270 meters in Bushman's Hole. At this crushing depth, he made a discovery: the body of Dion Dreyer, a young diver who had disappeared in the cave a decade earlier. Most people would have been content to leave the body where it was. After all, recovering a body from such depths was incredibly dangerous. But Dave Shaw was not most people. The plan. Shaw's plan was audacious. He would return to Bushman's Hole, descend to 270 meters, place Dreyer's remains in a body bag, and bring him back to the surface. All of this while breathing a complex gas mixture and managing a highly modified rebreather, a type of diving equipment that recycles exhaled breath. The dive would push Shaw to the absolute limit of what was possible with diving technology. At 270 meters, the pressure is equivalent to having 2 SUVs sitting on your chest. Even a small mistake could be fatal. The fatal dive. On January 8, 2005, Shaw entered the water at Bushman's Hole. He wore a helmet with an attached camera to record the recovery attempt. As he descended into darkness, a team of support divers watched anxiously from above. The plan was intricate, with support divers stationed at various depths and Shaw's close friend, Don Shirley, set to meet him at 220 meters on his ascent. Shaw reached the bottom in about 12 minutes, quickly locating Dreyer's body. But then, things started to go wrong. The body, which Shaw had expected to be skeletal, was surprisingly intact. Due to the unique conditions at that depth, Dreyer's remains had transformed into a soap-like substance called adipocere, making it unexpectedly buoyant. As Shaw struggled to fit the body into the bag, his breathing became more labored. The camera footage shows him working hard, his breathing rate increasing rapidly. At 14 minutes and 29 seconds into the dive, the line snagged on his light head. Shaw cleared it, but he was fumbling, a sign that carbon dioxide was likely building up in his system. Time was running out. Shaw was supposed to begin his ascent, but he was still struggling with the body. At 15 minutes and 5 seconds, he tried to open a pair of shears, but had problems. Another sign of potential carbon dioxide poisoning. His breathing grew faster and shallower, reaching a dangerous rate of 36 breaths per minute. At 17 minutes and 10 seconds, Shaw was a full minute over his planned bottom time. He tried to move towards the shot line, dragging the body with him. His breathing was now rapid and shallow. The last few minutes of footage are harrowing, showing Shaw's desperate struggle against time and the unforgiving physics of extreme depth. At 20 minutes and 41 seconds into the dive, Shaw's breathing became choked and then stopped altogether. David Shaw would never surface from Bushman's hole. The camera kept rolling, capturing the final moments of one of the world's most skilled technical divers. The aftermath. The diving community was shocked by Shaw's death. He was considered one of the world's most skilled technical divers. If he could die on a dive, was anyone safe at such extreme depths? But the story doesn't end there. 3 days after Shaw's death, both his body and Dreyer's floated up to a depth where they could be recovered. Shaw had, in death, accomplished his mission. Lessons learned. Shaw's tragic dive serves as a reminder of the risks of extreme diving. Even with years of experience and the best equipment, the margins for error at such depths are razor thin. Experts who analyzed Shaw's final dive video concluded that he likely succumbed to carbon dioxide poisoning. The physical exertion of trying to move Dreyer's body, combined with the extreme depth, overwhelmed his body's ability to expel CO2. Shaw's death also highlighted the importance of realistic planning. While his desire to bring closure to Dreyer's family was admirable, attempting to move a body at such depths was incredibly risky. Sometimes, the simplest solution, in this case, perhaps attaching a lift bag to the body, is the safest. The legacy. Dave Shaw's story is more than just a cautionary tale. It's a testament to human courage and the spirit of exploration. Shaw pushed the boundaries of what was possible in diving, and in doing so, he helped expand our understanding of the risks and challenges of deep cave diving. His final dive, while tragic, also provided valuable data that's been used to improve diving safety protocols. In this way, Shaw's legacy lives on, helping to protect future generations of divers. So, the next time you hear about an extreme feat of exploration, remember Dave Shaw. Remember the courage it takes to venture into the unknown, but also the wisdom needed to know when to turn back. Because in the end, the greatest adventure is coming home to tell the tale. Thanks for watching.